sum myself up. How long you got? Definitely a bit of an idiot.
Gone in real personal.
Let's have a brew. I thought you'd just staged all this. I love it. Oh, hey, oh. Definitely Marmite. I know I'm not everyone's cup of tea. You know, I don't think anyone is. You know, not everyone loves everyone. Maybe the Queen. It's one of them situations, isn't it? It's just bred in us. You just can't walk past a piece of water without looking. It's not even a lake I'm fishing, but I'm looking. I've got to look. All right, let's get to the main pond. We are back. Favourite part of it all is learning and finding them, innit? I don't like to do any pre-punishment. Oh, where are they coming from? How many wraps? What bait? That's the whole point. I just want to know the postcode, the gate code, or whatever I need to know to get there. Yeah, I want to know what fish are in there and that on a wake, but obviously I know what's in here. But I think building your own picture, that's the best part. The capture's great, but I think the getting things wrong and right and building your own picture is the best bit. See, I see fishing as hunting, isn't it? You know, you're hunting your prey almost. Although we don't kill them, obviously. They're my best friends, man. We worship them. You're hunting them down and you're trying to suss them out, and that's what entices me more than anything. You know, that singling out sort of mentality is what drives me to work harder. If it was just like, oh, I'm just here to fish or pleasure fish or get away from the missus and kids or stresses of work and all that, then you're coming down and you're just flicking them out, and what will be will be. The more you have a target, you start to become one-track sighted. Whether it helps or not, who knows? But sort of proof is in the pudding. I've done it a few times. Which you've just seen a bit of pinprick in here now. It's nice there's a few birds on. Right, what's going on with these coots out here, mate? He's having beef with him, so that's not fish, that's just beef. Weather's everything, isn't it? I always say there's only two things that will ever move fish, and that's either a changing weather or a changing angling pressure. We've got both of them things happening here already. We've got changing weather coming, constant, classic autumn, and obviously there's going to be a change in angling pressure from me. Knowing what I know now about this lake, you definitely do get pushed around. The first trip I ever did on here, pinned them in that corner. I thought, yes, buzzing, got a rod out, add one. The next night, I thought, right, I've got them pinned now. Boom, they're over here, I had to move.
We're back to the drawing board.
Knowing the weather's great, but knowing where your fish go and why is more important. This is the thing, we've got something called the weather app. You know, we've been looking into the future our whole lives, and we know what's coming, so we can get to an area, and there's nothing better than getting some rigs out on a spot, knowing that they're going to come there. Maybe you couldn't get on the fish, but you know they're going to back over here at some point. You see one show 100 yards behind you, 40 yards behind you, a bit of fizzing, get a bite, bang. Getting one bite like that is so much better than jumping in. Well, we've all done it, jumping behind someone. Oh, you had some, have you, mate? Yeah, how far are we fishing out? Yeah, what bait? Got any spare up baits? You know what I mean? Like, yes, you catch them, but is it as earned as them ones that you pre-predict? Oh, I love it. I just love everything there is about fish. More so because, you know what? Taking it back a bit, I've done a lot of wrongs. Like, I was a bit naughty when I was a kid. Done a lot of things wrong, nothing bad, but you know, I've got myself in a lot of trouble over the years, and fishing taught me a lot about myself in the sense of that it was a safe place for me and it was a good place for me to switch off. I think that's where the whole sort of fish finding, watercraft sort of side of things really started to, I get better at it because I was trying to switch my mind off from the normal things that were going on in my life. And switch them onto the pond. This lake here, because it's quite small and contained, and you know I can get ears everywhere, I'm quite happy that I could pitch up, say here or anywhere that I want to, and hear something going off or see something going off from any one position. Whereas if I flip that on its head, if I was on a big pond, me dropping into a bay that's this big as this lake, isn't going to help me with the other 100 acres, is it? You know, so maybe staying on my toes and not picking a pitch would be the way to go on a bigger pond, but I feel like I'm just, you know, and the chances are on a lake like this, even if I did work my arse off to find them in the night, could end up getting some rigs out on them and be pushed off. So maybe getting in a pitch and letting them come over you naturally. I'm just trying to get you in my mindset of the things that are always just firing through my mind. Even, I'm not saying it's the right and only way to go, but it's just, I'm sort of constantly processing it as I'm going. The stigma of Nash style, you know, I think wraps around Alan the way he is. Now, me and Al are totally different. Obviously, I'm more beautiful, firstly. No, let's go again. Love an outtake, don't we? See, I'm a bit of an all-rounder, I would say. Like, you know, 1 minute I could be on a big old windswept, low-stock pit, syndicate. Next minute I could be on a very busy day ticket. A couple of weeks ago I was at Dinton fishing for what I would consider some of the best fish in the country. Load of big fish in a big old lake, Park Lake, you know, couldn't be further from going over to B1 the following week with Maker. For me, I had always considered myself a bit of an all-rounder. But when it comes to styles, I like to, you know, get in a swim, work a lake out, find that zone, put 2, 3 rods on it, and that's very different from the stigma of what Nash might be perceived as, you know, like, because these boys, I mean, their slogan says, oh, make it happen. They are very much make it happen and then some, and that's not me putting that way down, you know, I aspire to be like them boys in so many ways, and I'm an headless chicken in the spring, I get a bit more mobile in the summer, and then the autumn starts to come and I slow it down. I know the fish aren't moving around as much, as opposed to them boys are hunting out them bites. There's always something going on, and he is. But getting a bit older now, you know what I mean? I like to chill out. Get 3 rods out, make a cup of tea, have a little bit of barbecue, you know, stick the radio on, watch some idiot on a vlog. Usually Maker or something. Sometimes it's a bit exhausting watching Alan, and I've been like that myself before, you know, and I've exhausted myself, and I'm not saying, you know, oh, I've been there, I've done that, I've moved on from that. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I definitely like to chill and relax a bit more. Like this, cup of tea, you know. Has Alan even got a kettle? These aren't mine, by the way. These boys have bought gravy jugs. IKEA job, eh? Coming out with your finest crystal. One thing that you, well, might have noticed or might not is I haven't put one single bit of pressure into this water at the minute. I'm prepping everything up. I'm getting the rigs done, the upbait's going on. I'm going to prep the bait in a minute. I'm going to basically get everything ready to go before I put a single lead in this bit of water. The reason for that is it's quite easy to turn up, think, all right, I'm going to lead up. You do all your leading, half an hour casting around, and then you're like, right, I'm going to tie some rigs, or now I'm going to sort my end tackle, tie my upbaits on. Before you know it, half an hour's gone, and then you've got to get your rods out, bang, 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 more pressure into the swim, and then again, you then start to think, right, I'm going to put some bait out. You've got to prep all your bait, doing all that, 20 minutes, half an hour, then you're putting bait out. So it's like you've sort of stretched out that pressure in the swim. So I like to, not all the time, but as and where I can, and when I see it to be fit, like kind of situation like this, small pit, pressured carp, you can only imagine they can get off as little disturbance as possible, but at bare minimum, all in one hit. So yeah, everything's going to be pretty much ready to go before I even start that leading. That's the cleanest part there. I want everything to go from that lead, up that braid, in the tip of that rod, through them fingertips, and I'm sort of painting that picture in my mind. That's the kiddie there. Let's go a bit left. Check it. And so once I have found the spots, I'm happy with them, get the distances, make a note of them, wrap the rods up, rigs go straight out, bait goes straight over the top, job done, chill out, have a brew, catch a big fat carp. Doner kebab, lamb shish, chicken shish, kofta, chicken wings, lamb ribs, 3 pita breads, rice and salad. Game for that or what? Yeah, so basically I'm an idiot. Absolutely fuming with myself, really. I'm an idiot. Sort of worked me butt off yesterday to try and find a fish. Found some signs of fish, i.e. that pin pricking over the other side. Didn't go with me gut. Went for the, wouldn't say comfortable option, but went for where I've always started before to then track them down. Long story short, I've been up through the night, I've burnt myself out, not heard anything. And then all of a sudden, bang, seen 2 shoals around the back of that island there. Had a little mooch around, there's more pin pricking still there. That's where they are, 2 good fish as well. I'm absolutely gutted. I mean, I found them. I've still got a couple of nights left, so I'm happy, but I should have just gone with my gut. I know I've already said it, I'm an idiot. I should have gone on my gut yesterday, but it is what it is. They're still there now. They're there for a reason. They're obviously comfortable, and it makes sense. They're on the back of this wind, but on the opposite side from here now. Might have a shot at it while they're still there, doing something sneaky, trying to get some rigs in there, because I think leading up and all that, they're just, you know, I've seen it time and time again, especially this small pit syndrome, they'll be off. Not going to move far, and they can be in a totally different part of the lake, because then I've got the wind changing. You know, I said yesterday about the only two things that move carp is in a change in angle and pressure and a change in weather conditions. This next 24 hours, they're only going to have a change in angle and pressure. When the 24 hours after, it's going to be a change in conditions as well. The wind's going to swing and push that way, so we'll see. Just constantly just sort of getting me mind in the pond and analysing it, I guess, you know. Thinking. Sometimes probably overthinking, but oh well. It works against me sometimes. Sometimes I overthink situations, and simplicity can overrule, and I learn a lot more about myself in that sense. It's definitely something that people have always come to me about. That watercraft, fish finding ability as and when it's needed, and you know, that drive, because that's what gets me to catch these fish that I've always wanted to catch and put in my album. Definitely. If I didn't work it out the way I work it, and I just went down there fishing to the best of my possibility without using watercraft and fish finding and all these things that I'm talking about, I'd probably still be on the first lake I ever started on, you know. I know that that one sign can lead to that capture, because every capture that I've ever had that is an achievement of, you know, whether it be Burfields, bite mark, the croc, the willing, any of them fish all started as one sign. It was a show or some fizzing or some liners. It was one piece of information. It likes that area. It comes out on that weather. I've seen some fizzing. I've then leaded it up later on that day or before I go, oh yeah, man, that was a bit of silk there. I'll bait that, bang, bang, bang. And then I get down next week, bang, oh, it's gone harder to been on that. And then all of a sudden, that's where you catch the big one from. It started with that one sign. The harder the challenge, the more it entices me. Yes, the looks of a carp definitely help. There's almost like this little tick box in my mind. Does it look great? Yes, it does. Is it different? Yes, it is. Is it big? Is it bigger? Yes, it is. But also individuality and personality, how hard it is to catch, how little people have caught it, how little people dare to go and have a go for it because of the constraints of a lake, 50 acres out of bounds. There's boaters, there's swimmers, there's crayfish, there's low stock. All these things are elements that probably put crosses in people's boxes, but I think the more they build up, it puts more ticks in mine. Like, I'm like, yeah, I'll go and put myself through that. They're the things that fuel my fire to want to get it done. As soon as I get on the road, I'm thinking fishing, I'm on fishing, I pull that barrow out, and you know, I'm never switching off. Even in the night, I'm listening, I'm walking, eyes are peeled, you know, I'm doing something. You've switched off from everything else in life. That's what I love. You know, I always sort of say and think, you know, switch on to the lake to switch off from life. I think if you just turn up, rock up, throw some rods out, sit there and dwell on whatever might be going on, fishing will be your worst enemy if you just sit there and do nothing. So it's an escape, isn't it? As well as channeling something that you really love to do at the same time. It's a nice balance. The best thing about fishing is I watch it come light and I watch it go dark. I see the length of a day and I notice everything change around me, the colour of the trees, the behaviour of the carps based on the water temperature, the bird calls, you know, at what times of day to tell me what time it is, and all these little weird things that people probably don't even know or relate to or even care about matter to me the most. And to watch it all change through the seasons and see the length of a day is a beautiful thing. And that might sound really corny or something, but when you're on the rat race and you're on a 9 to 5 and you're doing stuff and this and that, you don't see that. We've got artificial light in a house and all that sort of stuff, and you just don't see it. So it almost, time goes so fast because I'm busy, but it also shows you how long the day truly is and can be. If you want to sit back and chill and relax, you can actually watch it go, and days are a lot longer, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Well, I'd say quiet night on the bites front. Well, landing net's frozen solid, so that says it all. Not quite as in liners though. Still continued to get liners up until 2 o'clock was the last one, and then it just went poof. So whether that be the fish moved, but in my experience, the fish have gone up a little bit, just with this. Definitely a bit more high pressure, clearer skies, colder. Just sort of says maybe they've lifted up a bit. Is it a missed opportunity? Quite possibly, but that's fishing, isn't it? You know, and at least I'm here, I'm trying, I'm pushing it, and I know I keep banging on about this. It's all these little pieces to the puzzle that I'm putting together. I feel like I've learned so much. So for me, this is how my sort of syndicate stroke sort of campaign fishing works. I'm constantly on it and working out and processing what I think and feel they're doing and why. When you start building up a full season's worth of that, when you're constantly at that, that's when you start to really know and learn your fish. I've been getting quite a lot of liners, as you might see. The liners are just telling me, right, they're just moving around over the top of that weed. It told me to flick some chods out. The thing is with these as well, you can just be quite proactive with them. I'll just flip them about, flick them about. Anyway. I'm gonna get the other ones in first and then I'll cast. Sweet. Night, guys. I'm actually feeling quite upbeat, but quite heartbroken as well. Oh, God. All right, let's finish this brew. I'm walking. Hair and makeup. Oh, let me come out. Are we good there? Bit of an anti-climax, you know. Obviously worked me hardest to track them down. Found them. Definitely had an opportunity where they stuck around. If I weren't looking as hard as I've looked, I wouldn't have seen anything this week. But I've managed to track them down, and yeah, last night. This wind, the weather has changed, as I'm sure you can see. It's not frosty. You can't see my breath coming out. It's 12 degrees last night. They've clearly, most definitely moved. No liners last night, as opposed to the first night. It was, as you saw, they've moved with it. I haven't seen them to say that they have gone, but I'll get to my point. Time has run out. That's me done. I'm done for the trip. I haven't managed to pull it off, but I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this. That's carp fishing. You can't catch every time. I wish I could. But at the same time, maybe I don't. I like getting it wrong, leaving with something. If I was coming here next week, I'd be one step closer or one step ahead of them from what I've learned this week. As much as it's all about catching fish and wanting to catch them and having a drive to wanting to catch them, it's also about just knowing that it's really good for me. Fishing has saved my life massively. I just know the more I work and the harder I work at the lake, the more I can switch off and just, you know, enjoy this, man. This is everything, isn't it? Fishing's a massive part of my life. It always has been. And I now focus more on, you know, at this very precise moment in my fishing, I'm actually trying to do more to get more people fishing, especially the younger generation. Young lads saying, oh, you know, you've got me into fishing, watch all your stuff, or I watch your stories in the week, so it's inspiring me, it's giving me the buzz to get out this weekend, you know, and stuff like that. That's a buzz, because I know that I've potentially put someone on the bank instead of down the pub, or, you know, something else that, you know, generally fishing is a safe place, man, you know, compared to anything else. Fishing is a really safe place, and I know that it's had a massive effect on my life, so I'm hoping that it will have that effect on others. As Isaac Walton once said, angling was an employment for his idle time, which was then not idly spent, a rest to his mind, a cheerer of his spirits, a diverter of sadness, a calmer of unquiet thoughts, a moderator of passions, a procurer of contentedness, and that it begat habits of peace and patience in those that professed and practiced it. How's that for a 10-minute talk on how my mind works? Did you get in there? Did you see the cogs?